This week on The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Remember.
You're the poster child for mortgage fraud.
Yeah.
Keep that. And you're Launder.
You're with the wrong girl, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, I am, baby. Let's do it. I love a good fight.
You have a lot coming.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 14, Episode 15. Let's talk about this crazy episode. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we see little clips of all the women in their homes. The first scene is Joe and Melissa FaceTiming their daughter Antonia, who is in college. She has chosen business management as her major. That's cool. They miss her. After the phone call, Melissa tells Joe about the dramatic brunch that the ladies had. Melissa tells Joe that Danielle is starting to realize that Teresa and Jen set her up. Melissa also tells him that she was shocked on the fact that Teresa and Jackie are hitting it off. Melissa thinks that Teresa wants to use the fact that Jackie and Marge aren't the best of friends right now and kind of get in there and meddle in that to use for her advantage. We then see Teresa at her house. She was cooking. It was raining outside, and Jackie Goldshneider walks on in. That's interesting. Jackie's only been there once, other than this, so they catch up on their children, and then Jackie claims to be a different person. She's healed now, and she tells Teresa that her and Jennifer Aydin's energy is nothing but good. Jackie also says that she laughed so hard when Teresa called John Fuda a parking attendant. We see John Fuda and Rachel, and they're FaceTiming Margaret, and Rachel tells her the things that Teresa said about John at the brunch, because remember, Margaret didn't go. She brought up the fact that Teresa brought John's criminal past when he was a minor to use it against him now, and she says that, she made fun of him and said that he was a parking attendant. And Margaret says through the phone, well, isn't her husband unemployed and smooching off of her? Oh, damn. Moving on, we see Dolores and Pauley. Dolores was very excited. She was hungry. They were at this restaurant. They ordered some food. Then Dolores casually says that at the brunch that she was just at, some girls were asking her about the possibility of getting engaged. Now, she is saying to Pauley that this isn't really a conversation worth having until he gets divorced. Then he snaps back and says, oh, so you think that if I get divorced, I'm going to get on one knee right away? And that definitely changed the mood of the conversation. You could see how Dolores got very disappointed and a little frustrated. She starts questioning him a little as to why is it even taking that long? Like he said he was going to get it handled about a year ago. And he starts to get very nasty and aggressive towards her. She then says that if he keeps taking such a long time, maybe one day she's going to wake up and start thinking, maybe I have to rethink this. And then he starts to gaslight her, you guys. He says, well, if that happens, then you need to look within yourself and figure out what is wrong with you. Oh my gosh, I've been saying that Dolores can do so much better than Buzz Lightyear, and we just found out this past week through social media that Louis told his lawyer that Pauley will never divorce his wife because they run brothels. They have a business of running brothels together. So Dolores, if you're listening, please leave him. Alright, the next scene is Danielle and her husband, Nate. She is getting ready for Fashion Week. She's so excited. She has worked very hard on this brand, and it's come pretty far. She has a problem with her whole damn family, though, but her godmother is going to join her, as well as, obviously, her husband and children, so she's very happy about that. Then we see Margaret. She's doing a charity event for first responders and their children. It's a golfing event. It's good that she's helping to give back. The Fudas, the Gorgas, Dolores, and Pauley attended. The ladies' job was to hand out drinks, and the guys were golfing. Meanwhile, Jennifer Aydin has lunch with Jen Fessler at a Mexican restaurant. Jen Fessler mentions that her daughter is a senior at the same university that Melissa's daughter has just started in. And speaking of Melissa, Jennifer says that her and Melissa have really agreed to start fresh. They're trying so hard to be okay. Melissa is having a housewarming party soon, and Jennifer will be attending. Jen Fessler does ask, how does Teresa feel about this new friendship between Melissa and Jennifer? And Jennifer says that she's sure that Teresa's not thrilled about it, but she needs to do what's best for her. Jen Fessler says that she's kind of in the middle of also with Margaret and, feeling like she can't be friends with Teresa. She says that in this group, people flip on each other all the time. Jennifer says that she agrees and that She tells Fessler about the brunch and how Danielle came at her and at Teresa for saying that she was set up. And then they kind of start trash talking her because of what she did to the hairdresser, Lena. All right, going back to the charity event, Melissa says that she will invite Jennifer and Jackie to her housewarming. And Margaret says, good, invite Jackie so she doesn't go into a spiral and then blame you for it. Rachel says that she is okay after the brunch. She's not fazed by Teresa at all. Then Dolores shares with them the conversation that she just had with Pauley about his divorce and how aggressive he got. Marge says, listen, I got married 1 week after I got divorced. The guys were also talking to Pauley as they were playing golf. Pauley has some crazy idea about having Dolores work for him. And then the guys start doing some crazy golf by putting... I'm not even going to go there. We then see Danielle in New York Fashion Week. There was a whole lot of little girls that were there as models, and Danielle was going crazy because it was a lot. It's a huge, big deal. Melissa was the only one of the cast who went, and then all the little models walked on down wearing the pieces of bougie kids, and Danielle walks on out after it's over. She was very happy. Good for her. Definitely a amazing moment that she will remember forever. Alright, so then we see Teresa and Louis doing yoga, and we see John, Fuda, and Rachel. Both couples are getting ready at the same time because they are going to be meeting each other as couples. It was actually Pauley who served as the mediator. John Fuda is demanding an apology by Teresa Giudice, and we see both couples talk about what they are expecting from this meeting. And then they finally meet. So they go to this restaurant, they ask for a private room, and they say, how do we start? Although, before that, I do think it was really nice that Teresa brought a gift for the Fudas for them to give Joe, her brother, for his housewarming party. I thought that was pretty nice little detail. Teresa then starts off by saying that she never had a problem with them. She actually felt a connection with John. So he says, what changed? What changed for you having a connection with me to then calling me a drug dealer? Teresa says, I didn't call you a drug dealer currently. I'm sorry if you heard that. I said that, you were a drug dealer in your past. Rachel says it doesn't matter if you said it, if it happened in the past or in the future or in the present. You put it out in the universe. Teresa does apologize because she wants him to know that she didn't mean that he's a drug dealer now. John says, you tried to use my past against me, something that happened when I was a minor. And by the way, weed is legal now. Also, you got this information by an adult criminal who manufactured crystal meth. Oh my gosh. Teresa says, stop, John, that's your son's mother. And Rachel says, no, I'm his mother. John then starts to tell her that his ex almost killed him. So yeah, she's not a good person. This woman is probably not the best reliable source because she is in jail for some pretty horrible things. So he says that he owes her an apology. And Teresa says, well, you owe us an apology too. John says, no, this is not tit for tat. And Teresa says, yes, you came from my husband and his business. So that's where they start bickering. Teresa says, you brought up his name first. John says, okay, you know what? Let's go. I'm not going to talk to you under these, for you being like this. If you don't apologize, this conversation is over. So he gets up and walks away. And as he's walking away, Teresa calls him John Vergassi. John says, well, you're the poster child for mortgage fraud and you're a money launderer. When I need my money laundered, I'll call you. And as he's leaving, Teresa screams, drug dealer, yet again, even though she just tried to apologize for it. So that was the end of the episode. I actually think that the conversation was going pretty good. I think that John was definitely a little frustrated and kind of tense, and that kind of, changed the tone of the conversation. One thing I do want to point out, though, is that in this entire sit down, Louis didn't say a single word. I thought that was interesting. Again, you guys, I actually have been enjoying this season of New Jersey. A lot of people talking about, it's so talk. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't take it too seriously, but I think it's a good season. So it is what it is. I think there's a few episodes left. We'll see what happens. We got to be continued. I'm wondering if there will be anything that goes down at Melissa's housewarming party. So it'll be interesting. We'll have to wait for that next week. So you guys, let me know, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this episode? What are your thoughts about John, Fuda sitting down with Teresa and Louis? Let me know, you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.